Thank you so much for coming. I'm Patty Whipfler. I'm the founder and the program director at Hand in Hand Parenting. Hi, Carol. Thank you. I want to especially thank those people with yellow ribbons on. They are people who I have learned from, who've helped us build this organization, who've really been with us as supporters, as advisors, as parents I could learn from, as we all together experimented with how to use listening to build connection within the family. Thank you so much. In particular, Jeff Crow, our board chair, who's been really behind this project from the very beginning in a big way. But thank you all. So we essentially work with the idea that children need to feel connected. They want to feel connected. They are driving to feel connected. And if you doubt that proposition, there's a little experiment you can try at home. If you have small children, to test it out, you can get down on the floor and play with your young children and have a good time, get really good connection going, and then you can get up and go pick up the phone. And what will happen will be that things will fall apart behind you because the connection broke and all of a sudden your children are scrabbling with one another, or something more inventive will happen. One of the moms in one of our support groups came in one day laughing. She said, I was in the kitchen, I was standing and talking on the phone to my mother-in-law, and it was a really involved conversation. And my 4-year-old came up behind me. He stepped on a footstool. He grabbed my bra strap between his teeth, and he kicked the footstool out from under his feet. Bound and determined to get some connection. And in fact, children need connection in order for their minds to work. They need to feel connected in order to learn. They need to feel safe and connected in order to play well with others, in order to figure out what they want to do in the world, in order to explore their special gifts, and in order to withstand the stresses of school and daycare and being away from mom and dad during the day. When the feeling of connection breaks, children's behavior goes off track. And it goes off track immediately. You can know instantaneously when your child doesn't feel connected because they'll start doing something goofy. They'll bite another child, or they'll make a racket, or they'll refuse to clean up their room. You all know what children do when they don't feel connected. And in addition to that, the misbehavior and the inability to really cooperate when children don't feel connected, the inability to learn, they feel hurt inside, and that's the hard part. Especially, and if there's an early trauma, that hurt kind of drives their behavior night and day. So they're always shy, or they're always aggressive, or they're always anxious, because something big and hard has happened to them, and the feelings are stuck inside. And what Parenting by Connection is about is giving parents simple tools, 5 simple tools anybody can understand, tools anybody can try, in order to rebuild the connection, in order to plump it up, in order to make it big and round and happy. And when children have that chance to connect, they come forward with all the big feelings that get in their way of feeling totally good about themselves and totally good about the people around them. And when they come forward with those feelings, it's not fun. It's messy, it's loud, it comes at the most inconvenient times. It comes in the middle of Safeway, when you have just one more thing to do before you can get home and relax. It comes right at bedtime when you are so tired you don't think you have 2 ounces of energy left. Those are the times when children figure that now's the time to unload how hard today has been, and I'm sure my dad will listen. He's such a great guy. And this process of healing from hurt works really well when a parent can get there and pour connection in while bad feelings pour out. This heals the hurt. This can help children recover from, very deep and persistent trauma. This can help children recover from being bullied at school. This can help teenagers recover their ability to have decent judgment after they've been ticketed for driving 90 miles an hour down the 101. And we have parents in this room who have helped their children with all kinds of situations like that using 4 simple tools: special time, play listening, which harnesses the power of laughter to encourage children and build their confidence, setting limits, which is very, very important, and stay listening, which we've talked about here. It's really allowing children to cry hard and listen to them through it. Stay with them, care about them, let them do the process of getting rid of all that tension. We get parents listening to one another because it's hard to listen to children. It's hard to play when you're tired, It's hard to have the energy to keep going with connecting when your life is not very well connected. And what we have found is that listening partnerships, one parent listening to another so that that parent can get, the tears and the tiredness and the frustration and the anger out of their system so they can go home with wider arms and a more open heart. And then people trade the listening so that the other parent gets that chance. So you learn both to be a very good listener and you have a chance to offload the tensions that build around parenting. We find that these listening partnerships lift all boats. Not only do the children in both families where parents are listened to get the benefit of their parents', more relaxed attention, but the parents do better in their job because they can listen. And because if they're frustrated at their job, they've got a place to go with those feelings. They can come back and think better there. It's like everybody thinks better, everybody functions better when there's a support system. And we now have started parent listening support systems and listening partnerships with parents in 8 different countries. We have 76 different active instructors working in 5 languages on several continents. I'm not going to try to count them at the moment. Who are teaching parents how to be agents of change in the lives of their children, and then agents of change in their own lives and the lives of parents that they listen with. It's a very powerful approach. It changes people's lives in a deep and permanent way. And I was asked to consult with a parent in Atherton. She wanted me to come over and help her learn how to help her child go to sleep without crying. She was really disturbed by her baby's crying at night. Her child was 18 months. And once she described what she wanted, I told her, I don't think I'm the right person for you. Because what I think is when children are all tense, they need to cry. And what we can do is be their very closest supporter while they do it. We pour attention in, we pour caring in, they pour bad feelings out, then they can relax and go to sleep. Do you want to try this? And she and her husband both wanted to try it, and we listened to their baby for about half an hour while she struggled and cried and wiggled all over and just looked like, tremendous effort with crying coming out. And then she relaxed, and then she started looking at them very deeply in their eyes, first one and then the other. And the mom turned to me and she said, "These tools can change the world." And in fact, that insight is one of the very common things that happens to parents who learn parenting by connection. The first time they try listening tools, it dawns on them, this is the missing key. This is what we need to know to understand how to help one another in a deep way. This is what I need to know to right my family where it's having trouble. But this could help everybody, and indeed it can. We've had that thought that listening can change the world at Hand in Hand for 25 years. And we want to do that. We reached 300,000 parents last year, and I'm standing here to tell you that we've doubled our reach in a year, and we want to be able to reach 1 million parents next year, 1 million parents in 9 months. That would be doubling what we're doing now, and I think we can do it. We've got a really smart staff. We've got board members and some of the best minds in Silicon Valley helping us learn how to grow our organization. What we want is for the paradigm on top of, that's kind of locked into parenting right now, of rewards and punishment. You know, if you're good, we'll give you this, and if you're bad, this bad thing happens to you. To be replaced. It's not really working in our families. It's not working in our schools. It's not working in our communities. It's not working between nations in our world. This paradigm is old, it's worn out. We have surpassed this as a human race. We need a paradigm that's really about understanding one another, about listening deeply, about offloading hurt, because hurt people hurt people. And when you can relieve the hurt in people, they won't hurt other people anymore. So we want to help parents with their children who won't sleep. We will help parents with their children who are too aggressive to be in preschool. We help parents with children who have failure to thrive. We can help parents who have teenagers who are climbing out the window at midnight to go hang out with their friends. We can and have done all of these things. We can and will do it much more in many countries. What we want is to make a huge difference in the world, and we want a lot of help doing it. So thank you so much for coming and hearing about us.